guys, it's Liliana the Magnificent and welcome back to my main city, Dukes of Honey. In this video, I am going to talk about the purpose of priming in Guild Battlegrounds. So let's hop right in because I want to show you what we are going to do in here. First things first, I am going to show you how our guild specifically posts out sectors, and then I will talk about why and etc. like that. And the reason why I want to post first is because I want our guild to start in on this sector. So what I always do is I post the sector, I post what color it is, and that's just habit because the wonderful targets of focus and ignore just came out, and I'll go over those. But we like to put the color of the sector that it currently is, along with, we always say prime 140 to 160, and I will go over why we say 140 in our guild, but I want to get that order out. So we always post in the main guild because the main guild thread never moves, but then we also post it in our GBG thread just so that it's active there as well. Along with posting the current target in the GBG thread, our header always has who our ally colors are, but then also we continually put the sector up above here. So A to T is this one, and then we'll either put prime or we'll say take or full if we want it taken in full next to it. But that's just so that we're keeping things active and instructions being posted anywhere. And actually, let's just show what it looks like then. So then it's always kind of bumped to the top, and that should hopefully get somebody start working in on this sector here shortly. But let's talk about now the purpose of priming, what it looks like, and why we do it. And I'm going to drop one on here too real quick, you guys, just because I want it started. Okay, that makes me feel better. And then we'll maybe do some farming too if we have time. So if you look around the map, there's a ton of flags with the do not touch symbol above them, along with two right now that we have the focus symbol. So these were just added on this most recent Guild Battleground update and are absolutely fantastic. So you have to be a founder, a leader, or have rights to the Guild Battlegrounds in order to make a selection of a sector. Yay, somebody's working on it. And either you press focus, which means you're tagging, or you can also unclick this and then it'll just make it go away. But every member of your guild then can see the signal, but like it says here, only people with appropriate rights can tag. But then there's also the ignore button. So the ignore is the do not touch. And actually, before I even, no, I'll wait till the end. I'll get on my soapbox at the end. That is very important. No, maybe I'll do it now. No, I'll wait till the end. Stick around to the end, people. I have a soapbox moment. All right, you guys. So let's talk about some of the different reasonings why we're priming here, because we've got quite a few going on. So the first one is you can see, as if you looked at our header of that GBG thread, you can see that dark blue and yellow are our allies this round. That means that we work with our allies to do a lot of the priming to kind of control the map and keep our enemy guilds kind of where we want them to be, which is more near the outskirts, if we try. But so as you can kind of see here, blue is one of our allies. So this really works, priming really works the best if you're using it with allies. And I'll kind of explain why it doesn't work as well if you're doing priming on an enemy sector. It still can, but it kind of depends. So right now, our allies are all touching right here. You can see that we have primed this sector. So essentially we've primed this sector, and you can kind of see we have both our ally and an enemy guild on it right now. And it's not really an enemy guild, it's just a guild that isn't an ally, I guess. We're not enemies with them. I get along with this guild too. But essentially what we do, or maybe they don't think so, but okay, whatever. I think I'm friends with everybody. That's just me though. Okay, so here we are on the sector. We have primed it. So we have it being held at 150 out of 160. So as you can see in the actual instructions that I gave, we tell our guild mates to prime to 140 instead of 150. So we always say 140, and then one person from the GBG council, those are my leaders within the GBG realm, will take it up to 150 then. And the reason why we kind of implemented that is we used to just do 150, but we have so many members that come on at one time, and if you even have 5 that are all hitting a sector at once, it can get rolled really, really quickly, and then things happen strategically that you didn't want to have happen, and it's just a big headache. So we decided to go with 140, and then 1 or 2 people will slowly take it up to 150, and then we hold it there. All of our guildmates know, do not touch a held sector unless an order is given or somebody from the GBG council does it. And that's a strategic reason. So right now we're holding this sector to keep it an enemy, quote-unquote, guild locked away from moving closer to the center. So essentially if they were to start, and actually they kind of have, you can see the colors that are on it. If they start to hit this sector faster, what I will do is I will tell our dark blue allies to take this sector immediately so that they don't get cut from the sector and the progress that they've made, but then we will cut the progress that this guild is making on the sector, so they essentially can't move farther. Now we are being very generous because they can't make rewards on here, and so I will say if you are a guild that is in a lockdown situation like this, absolutely do not just sit and give up. Like, actually put your points onto the prime sectors, because yeah, ultimately you might get cut, but you're still getting the rewards then, so don't just stop. Like, that's my little thing. Just like at least try, because you do get rewards. You know, otherwise these sectors will just sit primed, and I mean, if you work them, then there's a chance that they'll get cut regardless. So yeah, but anyway, don't just give up. It makes it fun. If you actually, I mean, if it were happening to us, I would still be like, okay, guild mates, every prime sector, get as many fights as you can on. Go, 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 go. And that's what I would say. But that's just me. So anyway, our dark blue allies right now are priming this sector here. Yellow is our ally, but they're priming it so that this guild can't move forward. They're also priming this sector. I think they probably intend on taking it in full, but they've been kind of slow, which is fine. So that's kind of one of the reasons. Another reason, if we go up here, you can kind of see this is actually going to be like a little circle fun that's going to happen. So right now yellow is taking this sector. What we'll do is white, we have 2 sieges on this sector here. So what we'll do is we will take this sector when it opens. I will then give the order to blue to take this sector, and because we're still touching a sector that we've primed, then we'll take this sector, and it's kind of like a round robin style that you're doing. I don't know why this one is like that, and actually we're just going to turn that off and say that it needs to be taken. There is no reason why we shouldn't take that one. There's no strategic reason. I don't even think they're working now, will they? Well, never mind, I changed my mind. I saw that they have some progress, and if we do take this sector back, they need to be able to take that one, but maybe dark blue will probably take that one. I don't think yellow will take that one. And we'll just tell them to take it. I'm such a goober. So then kind of that same thing like is happening down there. Yellow is holding this sector, or we are holding yellow's sector, but yellow has worked on priming this sector here so that if red starts to hit it, then they'll take it. So it's kind of like a 2-prong defense mechanism when you have 2 primes happening. The reason why we've kept this one primed is because, yes, it is an enemy guild, quote unquote. Not really, but they haven't really reached out to us at all. But we're just, you have to be able to fight somewhere, and our guildmates just are constantly everywhere and looking for targets. So that's just what happens. Sometimes it might look like we're targeting people, but we're really not. It's just where the sieges are, and it's our guildmates are constantly like, where's the target? So yeah, this is what happens then. But anyway, so this one we're holding as a prime. You guys are really into the thoughts of me today. I'm all over the place. But why we're holding this one is because when pink starts hitting this sector, what we'll do is we will move this one from 140 up to about 156, 158, and we will hold it until pink has made enough progress on our sector up to probably about like 130, 140, and then we will snip this sector right here, and then essentially they lose all of their progress on our adjacent sector. So why we don't just take it in full is because if we were to take it in full and we don't have an ally guild near us to prime this sector, well then pink can just take it right back and then potentially even move farther down. So that's why we've been holding this one. Also, our points don't matter right now where we are ranked, so it's more so just where it's hitting. Okay, but then, oh my goodness, there's so many everywhere. Let's just tell them to ignore this one right now. Just ignore that one and work on this one, people. Otherwise, I will. But I probably actually will right now, just so you guys can see it in action. So let me back out of here, and let me go activate a boost really quick, just so that you guys can see what I mean. So my attrition is at 25 right now, I think. 27. This is the main reason why guilds will prime. If we peek at this sector here, it holds 3 siege camps. 3 siege camps, if we go and we look at the description of a siege camp, essentially it means that the person or the guild, not the person, the guild that owns the sector with the siege camps, any adjacent sectors around that sector can be taken with a less of an impact of increasing that attrition number up here. So with 3 siege camps, you're looking at about 75-ish% chance that your attrition will not increase, meaning that it's basically farming for rewards or gaining rewards. So what we are doing, and you can see we've got our yellow and our blue allies here. All of us are holding at least one sector that has 3 siege camps. And if you have any other adjacents to it, sometimes you can have like 5 to 6 siege camps touching a sector, and then it's really free and you don't get any attrition at all. But what you'll do is you'll prime all around this 3 siege camp sector. So we've already primed this one and we're holding it. And actually I might take it up to 150 because it appears that I'm the only one that's on. But we're holding it in case our yellow ally also wants to prime this sector too. For rewards. So the point is to just sit here and you prime for rewards. And I will say, if you are priming for rewards, you really want to get your Traz high, and you want to have at least one good military building in your city so that it'll crank out a bunch of unattached units. So my heavy unit is my unit that I have in my city right now, and I can just sit here and you just keep pressing auto battle and you're going to gain just a ton of rewards. And so this is what you call the farming for rewards. So you're getting selection of honor kits, you're getting diamonds, you're getting more military units, you're getting goods, you're getting tons of forge points. It is absolutely worth it. You're getting attack boosts. You just sit here and you prime forever. And as you can see, like, I've only gone up 1 attrition level. So this really is a benefit to your guild mates, is why you want this. And as a GB leader, I think it's really important that you want your guild mates to earn as many individual rewards as possible, because the more rewards that they get, the higher the higher GBs they can obtain, because they have more forge points to spend, which just means you get more statues of honors, and it's a big cycle. But it benefits to really be able to kind of do this farming, and you want to find guilds and your allies that will work with you, have open communication, understand priming, so that people can take advantage of this. Because if you just, for instance, take all these sectors in full and then you just sit in a big area of white, well then you can't get any personal rewards. So the whole point of priming is to move sectors so that your guild mates can continue to get personal gains. It really doesn't take a lot of, it does initially take a lot of effort to kind of turn people over to this side so that they understand, because I think there's that aspect of, you're looking at a map, you want to see all of your color and you just want to hold your color. Well, yes, that, oh no, all of my things died. Oh, poor people. Let's just surrender and try that again. Poor guys. Let's bring in, when that happens, I have to bring in a little variety. Here you go. That'll take care of that one. Oh my goodness, where was I now? Oh yes, so there's that aspect of when you're in GBG, I think you think, if I own the whole map, or I own a portion of the map, and I just sit and I hold it, well, that's the point of GBG. No, or GBG, sorry. No, the point is to really get the rewards for your guildmates, and so the point is to prime and gain these rewards. So if you're sitting on sectors and you're not moving them, then gosh, you're wasting an entire attrition. And I'll show you like our top people, but yeah. So I mean, I've been farming all day, you guys. Let's see. Even my PvP, my own player versus player, is, oh, I don't want to do this. Girl, what you doing? What are you doing? No, 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 no. Where's surrender? Finish it automatically, please. I don't want to sit here and watch this. Thank you. Oh, so you saw that. Oh, yay, diamonds. So yeah, see, like, the more you can farm. I don't even know how many I've done. I don't know. Let's do one more so I can kind of show you where that is on the map. Does it automatically just disappear? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it did. So yeah, so, oh my god, I didn't realize that was that far ahead. So this is the difference that sitting and priming, farming for rewards does in your own player versus player. I am clearly a million points ahead. I didn't realize that. But if we go and we peek on here, you can kind of see how our members stack up. You can see our members that are really priming for rewards. And I will say this, when you are priming, like when you have an instance like this, you guys, where you have 3 siege camps and your guild is going to tell you to hit this one, and this one actually opens in 4 minutes. So then I'll tell my guild to hit this one next. That's 3 siege camps or 3 sectors that we just got to use our siege camps on. And then you work with your ally guilds to slowly and strategically cut off the different sectors so that you guys can repeat it again. So we do this, I think last night, my goodness, we were priming this sector here. We had, I think, one over here, and we were priming these. I mean, we were all over the map. So you gain so many. But if you are farming for rewards, you want to be able to fight. You do not want to, oh, look at him. He's just sitting here loving this. He's just done 9 more fights. FoE helper kind of shows you who is on, so really it's probably just him and I that are doing that. Oh, man. But when you do that, you can actually see that we are able to get more fights in. That means you get more rewards. So each negotiation that you do brings up an advancement of 2, whereas fights bring up an advancement of 1. So if you're in a race with another guild, absolutely try to go for negotiations and use your goods, because it'll jump you up faster unless you can fight faster. But when you're farming for rewards, you want to get as many rewards as possible. So, you know, if I do 20 fights, I get 20 rewards. Whereas if I'm somebody that does 10 negotiations, well, I only get 10 rewards, but yet it's still an advancement of 20 for both of us, if that makes sense. So that's really important to note. If you're farming for rewards, just do it that way. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that I want to say? I've already talked about how we post, and you can kind of get an idea. We say how many sieges are available just so that people get an idea, but our main thread kind of turns into that, just so you know. This is my soapbox, though. This is my soapbox. If you're in a guild that is all about priming and farming for rewards, do not touch, do not roll, do not take these sectors that are being held for a prime. That'll be the quickest way that you get yourself kicked out of a guild. So for instance, if right now we cut this sector off, now yellow can no longer be taken by dark blue. Now it is our responsibility to prime this sector, which means they could potentially get out. They also lose their progress over here. That means then it's once again our responsibility to take this sector. And now suddenly, because our guild made that mistake and cut this sector and we need to prime both of these, now we don't get to farm for rewards up here, which means because, you know, this sector here has 2 sieges that we would have to build versus 3, so our attrition will go up faster. Oh, I'm only at 29. See, you guys, I haven't even hit 30 yet. So that would be an instance here. Now, the reason why we're holding this one is because our allies, yellow, could build 3 siege camps here, and I'll actually have to ask if they want to. And then they could prime this one for free rewards, and then we'll determine either us or them will take this sector. But if we were to cut it right now, well, now suddenly yellow can't even work for rewards on this. So now we've just cut an ally from getting rewards when they've just let us get 3 sectors for rewards. If we were to cut this one right now, then we would be white, yellow would need to be retake, and it's more of a headache. So if you are in a guild and they expect you to hold these, hold them. There are so many reasons that you do. You will make people like me. That is the one thing in this game that gets me hot more than anything else, is when a sector gets rolled that shouldn't be. So be respectful. I mean, you want your guildmates to be able to take full advantage of working on each sector with you. You want your guildmates to be able to grow. And if you have somebody that's rolling sectors and affecting allies, affecting guildmates, and the hard work, you know, to prime these sectors, let's even say, what makes me even hot too is, let's say, you know, yellow had already primed this sector and I asked them to hold it, you know, we're gonna prime it, and suddenly they cut it right as my guild was only at like 50 out of 160. Well, now we just lost out of 110 free fights that we could have done to get more personal rewards. Like, that is super frustrating. So do not do that. Do not do that. Let's see, I'm just kind of peeking at my notes here. But I think I covered everything. Priming is awesome, you guys. I hope this was really helpful, and it kind of explains why we do it, the importance of it, what it looks like, and you also got to see, let's go peek. I bet it's, yeah, see, right now he is priming and farming for rewards and nobody else is on, because I don't think everybody even understands how delicious that is. Like, my attrition is still just fantastic, and if we go pop in my city, I at least made 32 forge points from what you guys saw. I got 6 of these, and I know I got some military units, and I know I got a diamond in there too. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. Priming is awesome. I have more videos. I know people have been asking other things about Guild Battlegrounds too. But yes. Oh, I should say something though really quick. Siege camps, make sure your guild treasury is healthy to support building them. So yes. Okay, I'll have more videos about that though. If there's anything else with Guild Battlegrounds that you specifically want me to know, you want me to cover, let me know. I know priming is something that I really wanted to get out though. Okay, sorry for my very long roundabout rabbit hole conversations. Bye guys, you rock.